Hello everyone, this is your Krishna from Women Today YouTube channel. So, in this channel, we have been interviewing many women entrepreneurs and working women across different cities in India. We are just traveling to different cities in India and we are just doing offline interviews, and we are also doing online interviews across different cities in India and also across different countries in the world. So, today's our guest is from Toronto, Canada. Her name is Kiran Rohela. So, she is a very famous professional chef in Toronto, Canada. So, I welcome you, Kiran ma'am, to this Women Today YouTube channel. So please kindly introduce about yourself, about the kind of professional work that you are doing to the audience who are watching this interview right now, ma'am.
Hello, all my lovely friends. Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. There are a lot of sayings in India and in this world also. Bonjour, ciao. Because I born and raised in New Delhi, and I'm really feel proud about that. And then in 2016, I moved to Canada as an immigrant. Again, a very diverse country, Canada. And I started my journey as a cook, as a chef here, and now it's been around 9 years for me, and I achieved something, and I'm really feeling proud about that. That how I raised in India, and what I learned about cooking and food there, uh, those values I'm using here in Canada as a professional chef and also as a home cook. Because in COVID, we did a lot of cooking. I lost my job in COVID, and then even I didn't stop my passion. I did my chef diploma during that time, and also I did some online workshops. So chef journey is always here because food is something which make us alive, and it's a basic human right. Honestly, we can't live without food. So it's a journey for me, 9 years in Canada. But yeah, I just won in the beginning of this year, 2025, fan favorite chef award from Resto Canada. It's the biggest hospitality show in Canada, annual 3 day show. And I'm really grateful that I won this award. Let's see, journey just begins. I mean, life is never ending, journey never ending, cooking never ending. So I got the opportunity from this gentleman Krishna on his channel. He sent me message, and again I'm really grateful. It's my first interview to India, and this man is really kind. So let's see what message we can give through this interview to my lovely people. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for your compliments, ma'am, and really thank you for accepting this interview. So, and again, congrats for your recent award in chef as a chef in Toronto, in Canada. That's a great thing. Hope you have
Thanks.
a lot of awards in the future in this
Thanks.
kind of department, being a professional chef. So, tell me, ma'am, what inspired you to become a professional chef in Toronto, Canada? Like, is it somebody coming to you and telling that, okay, ma'am, Kiran, ma'am, you're doing a very wonderful job in cooking. Why can't you be a professional chef in Toronto? Or is it like, okay, some point of time which will make you convinced that, okay, you can make your fortune as a professional chef in Toronto? So tell us what inspired you to take this wonderful professional job as a chef in Toronto, ma'am.
Honestly, food we need. Food is love. So I will mention 2 3 reasons why I love this profession and how I become a chef. It was not pre-planned. I used to be teacher in New Delhi, government teacher. I had a career, settled career in New Delhi, Ashok Vihar. I have a school there. I have people there. I love my job in New Delhi. But destiny has something else for me. I moved to Canada because of my husband's job, and he's in IT, he's an engineer. So I have to sacrifice something, my career, my friends, my family. I mean, he has also, but again, it's a new place, new opportunities, new land. It's very beautiful place, lots of opportunity. But you need to find, and each and every person has different journey. When I moved to Canada, I love food since childhood. My parents fine dine is not Indian thing, honestly. But nowadays, young generation love to eat outside. There are lots of food industry in India. But when I used to be kid, my parents always cook food for me at home. I love food. I cooked even as a teacher when I come back home. So Canada is a different place. When I moved to Canada, I can see there is another value of food because everyone is working here 8 hours job, 10 hours job. Immigrants are working hard. They have no time to cook. But again, they are cooking. Some people are cooking, some are managing from outside. It's up to you or your financial status or whatever, your healthy choices. So I had a journey in 2000. uh, my son used to be 3 years old when I moved here. Here, official school started at four age. So when we started the school, I was looking something for myself because I'm ambitious. I used to be teacher. I really want to do something here. I didn't even find volunteering here, honestly. Lunchroom supervisor. I didn't find anything. I applied lots of places, forms. Then luckily in 2019, I found a job through one of my auntie in my building in Harvey's. Harvey's is original Canadian burger chain, and I found luckily a job there. Even my uh, in newcomer center counselor called me and congrats me. Oh, you got your first job because Canada is a place where they need experience in your resume. Then they gave you job. But another story. If you won't give me job, how can I get experience? So luckily, I found my first opportunity. Again, most of people found their first opportunity in food industry, restaurant industry. If you will see the data, big number there because everyone is thinking cooking is easy, we can make burger, but again it's a pressure, a lot of pressure in Harvey's fast food chain. 3 months and I found a new job in a LA based pizza company here in Mississauga, GTA, Greater Toronto area. Mississauga is the city, and it's the biggest Canada's biggest second mall, Square One Mall. I found the job in that pizza shop. The chef is very famous, Michael Parbuki. He gave me opportunity. I was on interview in my casuals jeans. He said, "Go, Kiran, change clothes, wear some good black pants and some non-slippery shoes. Come back again." And I was fast. I joined my job on first day. I love that job. Then 6 months I did job, and that's Chef Michael Parbuki is actually inspired me because when I cooked inside the kitchen, I can see the laughter of people in dining room. I used to be teacher. I never had that experience, but people after eating my chef's food, my executive chef's Michael's food, they say thanks to him. They're happy. I can see some laughter, and food is good. Good variety of tomatoes, dough we are making. I was usually on stretch management, dough making, prep work, and I love the basil, fresh pizzas, which I never learned in my life. But life is not easy. It could be happen anything with you anytime. COVID was there just before the 1 week of COVID. My manager gave us the news, whole staff, that they bankrupt. I lost my job. Though I love that job, but just before COVID, and because I have only the kitchen experience during COVID, I'm not the higher chef, executive chef, higher position. So only high position people were there in industry. Most of the restaurant closed for a longer period. In Canada, we closed around 1.5 year. Restaurant, cinemas, but they opened slowly, but only for the high position people were there. We lost our job. It's not about the money, but it's about your mental health. When you want to work, you have to stay at home. Everyone has to stay. Most of the industries, right? Even those are going in healthcare or maybe in restaurant, they are scared of COVID, maybe, but it's their job. Yeah, but again, I didn't stop my passion. I had a thought because Chef Michael studied from George Brown College, Hospitality Center, Toronto. It's very famous in Canada, and there are lots of chefs, famous chefs, comes from George Brown College. So I did little bit research, and I applied my form. for chef diploma, culinary management. It's around 4 semester course, and I followed couple of Toronto chefs who are good, who are doing good on even on Instagram. So Instagram is a fun thing, right? During COVID, I even did. Some Indian people called me to do online workshop. I did. I taught them salads and all, and it was fun. Then I completed my. Then I started my chef diploma. First semester fully online at home. It was a difficult thing to understand my chef's commands through online on camera, video camera. But we did that. And life has something else for me. I broke my leg in my second semester, e-bike accident. It was a major accident. I cried a lot. I messaged my chef that this happened with me. My chef suggested me it's a standing job, Kiran. Skip one semester. So it took me to around 2.5 months to get back again without you know crutches. It was a major accident like surgery. And again, Canadian healthcare system, people are here for healthcare. Healthcare is free. But again, it's your destiny. On my surgery day, I had a broken leg. On my surgery day, my surgeon cancelled my surgery. He just said we cancel and go back home. We'll call you again. And 7 days I was at home waiting for their call because the healthcare system is different here. Maybe they have any emergency. They didn't give me reason. I cried a lot 7 days with my broke because from India they called me. Oh, in India you can give money and go take appointment, do your surgery, but this is a different country. But again, what I feel grateful because after 7 8 days, my surgery done, and after 2.5, my willpower was strong. I even shoot my Instagram videos during my broken leg on bed, whatever fun or cooking thing. Sometimes on stool I cut watermelon. I still have videos on my page, but it's very older. Nobody gonna check them. But it's in my heart, my journey, my story. Because your story knows you better. Every person has some struggles, some stories. Amitabh Bachchan, sir, Amitabh Bachchan, Chef Vikas Khanna shared that he born with some, flat foot, right? So I had heard their story. My story, I can explain better, right? So, but after 2.5 months on my last follow-up day, I asked my surgeon, I chose chef profession. Would I able? It's a standing job, and it's my second career. I started my professional career at the age of 36, 37. I'm a mother. Then my surgeon, because Canadians are like they make you independent person. In India, I used to live in a shell. My parents, my father filled tax for me, and I was happy, right? Then my husband filled, maybe my father-in-law, maybe. But in Canada, they teach you each and everything, life skills. Do everything. For boy, do everything. Do cooking, do cleaning. For girl, do driving, earn money. But in India, most of the people, girl has to take care of home, kids, cooking. You know Krishna, right? Am
Yes,
I right?
yes, absolutely.
But now, then I was at different place, and my surgeon said, "Do whatever you want, Kiran." But I know my limits. I can't stand more than 10, 12 hours. It hurts. I can't work like I can see the chefs who are executive here. Most of the chefs they started their career at 16, 17, 18. I studied in Georgetown with 20-year-old kid. His mindset was totally different with me, but I studied with them. I'm not that old. I know how to work with every age, how to deal them, right? They
Exactly.
ask me some weird questions, right?
Yes.
When I go to college, George Brown, sometimes the after COVID when they open in third semester, they ask me, "Are you teacher here?" Then I said, "I'm a student." I feel like Shah Rukh Khan of Mehuna sometimes.
It's like Sanjay Dutt.
But that's okay. That's okay. Age is you. You say you can do. You can achieve anything at any age. So yeah, after my diploma, I worked at five-star hotel. I did my internship again in a Mexican chain, Mexican restaurant La Carnita. I found job in event company, five-star hotel, Hotel X. Um, then my last and current job is Royal Canadian Yacht Club. Then I went to hospitality show and I'm winning fan favorite award. And it's not only fan favorite award. My judge called me and she appreciate my dish. She appreciate and the dean of George Brown College, he is still ambassador of George Brown Hospitality Center, Chef John Higgins. He dropped some kind words for me. He said, Kiran, you definitely able to create the fuel on the stage that day. I don't know. I don't have recording, full recording, because it was again Krishna. It was a very colder day that day. I can take three guests with me, but only two my far relatives came, and I'm grateful. And then again, lots of I knew some of my colleagues, older colleagues were there, ex colleagues. Who studied with me, and some of the chefs whom I'm following and connected on Instagram, they cheer me up. So yeah,
So that's
that inspired me to become a chef. I want to do more. Even I want to do pop up in India. Let's see who's gonna give me chance, like you gave me chance for interview. Thanks, Krishna.
That's great, man. So that was a great illustration of the kind of history that's really inspiring. Of course, you also had a very wonderful history like Amitabh sir, like Vikas Khanna sir. So Amitabh sir also was initially he was actually went into radio and they actually rejected him because he was having a voice which is not suitable that much. So and also he tried films and he went through a lot of things. And also being Kiran ma'am, you had a very wonderful journey. Being a teacher,
Yeah,
being a teacher in New Delhi, and you totally shifted to a very different country because your husband has had a very wonderful job in Toronto, and since you have to join him, so you also want to find a job, and you went through a lot of struggles over there. And once you got a job in a good LA restaurant, I mean LA based pizza restaurant
yeah,
in Toronto, in Greater Toronto. So it's like,
area, yeah.
yeah, that's
GTA. It's called GTA.
yeah, that's a great thing. And also the kind of struggles which you went through when you gone through a semester, that's a kind of story which each and every kind of individual, not only in India but in any country, they wanted to know that. They always think that okay, Canada is like a country where people live great. Of course, people live a very good life, but in order to achieve that good life, they have to go through a lot of struggles. They have to learn through a lot of journey. They have to take a lot of courses. They have to make themselves adaptable to the climate. They have to make themselves adapted to the kind of work culture. So the total Indian culture, they have to shift to the total Toronto culture. So that's great. And also the other twist was in the first semester, in the second semester, you was having a kind of surgery in your leg. And even
Yeah,
that's not the only twist. The operation that you are supposed to have with your leg was totally cancelled, and it's not in India. We will be like, okay, if you want to have a surgery, if you have enough money, you can have a good kind of treatment in private hospitals. But in Canada, even though if you're having money, you have to wait for your time
wait,
period. Well, so it's like,
wait. Patience.
yeah, of course, Toronto in Canada. I think if you want to visit a dentist, you can just carry. Simply, you can just don't want to carry anything. You can just visit a dentist with the timing, and you can just have a kind of treatment which is kind of free. But the thing is that for surgeries, you have a very longer waiting period, and
Yeah,
I don't. People always think that okay, Canada has a very good care because they don't want to pay anything for any small medical expenses. But the thing is that they have to wait for it. So that's the thing. So you have actually crossed that limit because once you cross any kind of physical kind of pain in your life, then you'll be able to cope up with yourself mentally also. So once you
yeah.
physically and mentally kind of strong, then you can achieve anything. So yeah, once
I agreed.
yeah, once
Krishna, I agreed with you.
yeah, that's great, man. So you have actually gone through your surgery and the doctor gave you a choice. It's totally up to you whether you can stand for 10 to 12 hours working as a chef That's totally up to you. And you got that courage. You stood up and you continued your semester. And just like main who now, like Shahrukh sir, like they were just treating you like, okay, is there a senior professional coming to us and teaching? Is she a teacher? No, no, that's our student. So it's like a good. I really like that movie by Shahrukh. So he'll be coming.
Mehuna.
Yeah, Mehuna. That's a very famous movie. It's also dubbed in South Indian languages. So that's a great thing. So that's really inspiring, ma'am. And now you have gone through a lot. Being a professional chef in Canada, you should kind of have. And initially, you told that you also have to learn the perfect kind of making a burger, which is absolutely like people think it's a very easy job. You just have two buns, you just put the ingredients, and there you have your burger. But it's not like you have to maintain the correct temperature. You have to make sure your dough is kind of made at the perfect time. You have to make sure that every ingredient is fresh. You have to make sure that the meat you cook is absolutely cooked well to the correct temperature, and of course everything aligned and given to the customer at the right time. Of course timing is very much important being a professional chef. And of course when they eat they just see the taste and that's it, they go out. But the thing is that even to make a very simple thing you have to have a lot of pain, you have to lot pain, and also you have to go through a lot of emotions while making your food. And of course
Yeah.
making food is something like, okay, we kind of enjoy making food, but the thing is that we should actually go through a lot of work. We should have kind of dedication. I do accept it. So yeah, once again, because of all these kind of struggles, because of all this kind of pain you went through, so you are like, what to say, you turn from a coal to a diamond. Of course I say this to many people. Initially they'll be like a coal buried in the ground, but in order to turn into a diamond you should go through a vigorous kind of struggles. So that's how a normal Kiran Ruhela, being a teacher in New Delhi, is now a very great professional chef in greater town in Toronto, Canada. That's a very wonderful, inspiring journey, ma'am. So that was really great. And also tell us, ma'am, you are doing Indian cuisines. Like you are only adaptable to Indian cuisines. I mean, you must have made yourself adaptable to different Western and European kind of cuisines. So which cuisine and which dish will you consider your favorite, and what made you think that that dish is your favorite dish?
If you want, if I'm talking about only favorite dish, so the food which I love to eat since my childhood and which I am 100% confident. Honestly, I'm telling you, I'm not a great chef. I'm just a cook, still learning. Even the big chef who has 40 years experience, they are like, we are kitchen is like everyday learning. So I would say it's just a beginning, and even I'm learning from my juniors. They can give me some tips every day. New young minds, right? Any 8 year, 10 year can give me a good tip for cutting, chopping, anything. So yeah, my favorite dish is to cook, which I love to eat, like chole bhature. I'm 100% confident I can make it perfect because cooking needs repetition, practice. Then you feel confident. If I fancied a salmon first time, obviously it's easy for someone else who did it 100 times. But first time, I'm not that confident, right? So I can cook rajma chawal. This is my favorite go-to dishes, which I really wanna serve to someone, even any white people, any Canadian, American. But how I found that how I will dish how I can cook dish for them less spices, right? They can't have rajma like me or maybe you. Like if you cook sambar for any foreigner, right?
How
How
to,
you cook less
how to make
spices,
it
right?
less spicy?
Yeah. So in my staff, Canada is very diverse place. Sometimes at my workplaces I was on staff meals, right? So in my staff, Some people are Middle Eastern, some South Asian, some Italian, some are from other countries which I never heard, even Bulgarian, small places. So I have to think about each and every person. When I cook for 70, 100 staff, right? I cook for 150 people, 200 people, 70 people, staff meal, right? But how I set up the menu? Maybe for lunch, I I set up pasta, rice, soup, lentil soup. I know lentil soup is my dal, one kind of my dal, right? But less spices again, because the person who love to eat more spices, he can add more, but we can make like we can reduce once we add. So less salt and less spices are my keys when I'm cooking for very diverse in a very diverse workplace. And again, there are some health reasons also. Some white people they love to eat salads, and we North Indian. I know South Indian people are eating healthy steamed food, but I love Punjabi food. I love Punjabi
It's
culture.
not about South Indian or North Indian, ma'am. It's
Uh,
totally about the food.
but
Of
again,
course,
I'm telling you, because in Punjab it's richness, ghee, clarified butter. But South Indian is most like you guys are fit. Here, lots of South Indian in Canada, man. Big community. Punjabi community is big. India is again big here. I'm telling you.
of course, in
Yeah.
India, in the recent few years, in the recent last 5 years, every South Indian would love to eat naan, roti, paneer, butter masala.
Yeah.
They used to go
Yeah.
to Punjabi
Now
restaurants. It's
everyone eats everything.
Yeah, in Delhi, when I visited Delhi, I used to see a lot of North Indians. They are ordering dosa instead of chapatis or naan rotis.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I used to feel like okay, they're eating a lot of kind of cultural differences food. And even I
Yeah.
visited Singapore. When I visited Singapore, I can see a lot of North Indians. They come to South Indian restaurants. A lot of Chinese people.
Yeah.
South Indian restaurants. Of course, Chinese people love South Indian. They love North
Yeah.
Indian. So it's a kind of cultural difference that exists in every part of the world. It's not only dedicated to only for India. It's around every part of the world. Of course, we love burgers. We had a lot of
Yeah.
burgers. I think Burger King came to India. McDonald's came to India in 95, 94 time period. It's like more than 3 decades. And they have actually kind of made themselves well established in India. And we are also making a lot of restaurant chains across different parts of the world. Toronto, US, kind of Gulf countries.
Yeah.
You move to Australia, European countries. That's a kind of great thing, man.
Food scene is more global and more blending of cultures. South Indian restaurants putting adding the North Indian dishes in their menus, and that's a great thing, I think.
Of course,
Thanks.
because we are humans basically, and we do love food. So that's the evolution of great things happening. So one last question in this interview. So the final question is very simple, ma'am. So what is your wish that you wanted to achieve being a professional chef? Is there any one wish? You can just tell it right now, ma'am.
Yeah, the only wish is that whatever I will cook, people will love that and they appreciate my food. Because it doesn't mean to be a chef if people won't love your food. So if I create a plate, even a small thing, appetizer, anything, after eating that, the person whom I'm feeding, he should say, "Oh, maza aa gaya. It's good. I
Maza.
love it." Yeah,
Yeah, my friend used to say
that
the same word, maza aa gaya.
maza aa gaya. Oh, right.
Yes, yes.
That's how you feel that this quote. I'm a chef, right? How can I become
Yeah,
a chef if people won't love my food?
That's that's very simple kind of fish, man. Maza aa gaya is, I think, a word which tells everything that
Yeah,
whatever,
I
even
love it.
yeah,
In
even
English, I love it. I love
yeah,
your food.
yeah. Even I'm talking to my friend, he'll be telling like Maza aa gaya. That's a
Hmm.
great kind of
You have Hindi speaking friends.
yeah.
You have
No, he's a South Indian, but
Okay.
We used to watch movies, na? They used to say "Maza aa gaya."
Yeah.
So we used to say,
There you heard.
yeah. Whenever we do things like, whenever we do cool things, he'll be telling like "Maza aa gaya." That's the thing. So once again,
Yeah.
thank you, Kiran Rohala ma'am, for coming and joining this Women Today YouTube channel. We had a great knowledge from you how to become a professional chef in Toronto in Canada. That's a great thing. So people who are watching this interview right now, please go click on the subscribe button so that you can have some notifications. If you click on the bell icon regarding new videos which is upcoming in the future regarding new women entrepreneurs and working women across different countries in the world and also across different cities in India. So today's your host is Krishna, and today's our guest is a very famous professional chef from Toronto, Canada. Her name is Kiran Rohela. So once again, thank you, ma'am, for coming and accepting this interview and having a great session in this Women Today YouTube channel. So good evening, ma'am. Have a very nice day.
Thanks, Krishna, for interviewing me again. And yeah, I love this interview.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned.
Yeah,
Stay tuned. Keep cooking.
that's great.
Keep eating.
That's great. That's great, ma'am. That's a great kind of end from you. That's once again, I'm wishing you all the best that you still more achieve a lot of awards in this culinary section, in this culinary department in the future. So wishing you whatever success that comes in the future stays with you, and success is not a kind of destiny, it's a milestone. So each and every milestone, you will be having a lot of up success in your life, ma'am. So thank you for everything, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.